Hey guys, I'm going to show you how I um, rigged up these sliding doors. It's just a frame that I rendered with a quick glass that I threw on. But I just wanted to show you what the doors look like afterwards. But I threw this quick test animation on that the doors will open and they'll close. This center piece right here spins multiple times, and then there is some clamps that lock down on these bars after the end of the animation, but I can show you that video at the end. But I just wanted to show you what the doors look like with the glass and the wall on. But I'll show you how I rigged everything up on this one. I have this box controller that when you select it and you come over to the attribute editor, I have open doors that you can slide to the right to open, max value is 5, or slide to the left and they will close. The lock spin will spin that center lock, and the lock door will lock those clamps that you can't see without deleting or hiding one of these edges, which is fine. I'll just undo that in a second. But those come down, and both of them go with just those 3 attributes. So I'll show you how I rigged these up on this. So I'll just delete these for right this second. And of course doesn't want to delete, but that's alright. So there we go. You can do this with a circle, or I have this box controller that I got off of Creative Crash that gives me this box NURBS curve. I like it better. And anyways, you're just going to go up to Modify, Add Attribute, name it whichever you want. I named it Open Doors. We're going to have the minimum value of 0, maximum value of 5, and a default of 0. And then we'll add that, because this one value is going to control both the doors at the same time. The reason why the maximum value has to be 5 is because my door is 2.5 units wide. So if I went 2.5, the door would only be open halfway, and 5 would be fully open. So that's that. So we'll come up here to General Editors, and we'll open the Connection Editor. This will give us mostly what we want, and we'll do the right door first. I have these doors hooked up to another box controller that they're all parented to, so when I grab just the parent box, it controls the whole door. So I'm not actually animating the actual model of the door, I'm animating this box controller. So that'll be our right value in here, and we're going to be going in the X translate, just bear that in mind. So how the connection editor works is you grab your controller that you want to drive the thing, and that's reloaded on the left. What the reload does, if I grab this door and reload, it just grabs whatever you have selected, and then you grab the box controller on the right and just make sure that that's loaded on the right. So, travel down to the bottom to the open doors, you select that, and then you come over to the right side and you go to translate, and we're going to translate in the X, and you can see over here that that's linked to it because we have that selected, and that's done. When we slide, this will open to the max value of whatever this was set to, or the min value. Now the problem I had before is if when we try to link up this left one and we reload, come down to translate in X, the problem is when you move this, the doors move together, which is not what we wanted. So how we fix that was you have to do one more step, and it seems kind of weird, but you have to go into the hypershade. You could probably go somewhere else, but the tutorial I went through the hypershade. You come over here to utilities on the left and utilities on the right, and that'll be here, and you add a where is it? Multiply divide, and that opens up right here. I just rename it so I know what I'm doing. Open doors. And we're going to select that here from the utilities and reload it on the right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from open doors into input 1x here, and then that's set because this is now linked to the open doors command. So we're going to select that and reload it on the left so it's the driver, and we're going to select the left side doors controller, and then we're going to reload that on the right, and then we are going to we're going to go, it's important to select the output because this is what the number output goes to, and then this is going to go to translate x, and that's all set. Well, actually it's not. We need to come back here and open this back up, and I'll show you why it's not set once that opens. When we select the controller and we move this, it still goes both to the right, which isn't what we want. And the reason for that is because when we come into utilities and we go to open doors, and this is the one we were working with, this value right here, the input 2x, this is what actually the output value is going to. We need to change this to -1, so whatever value that this controller puts in, it's multiplied by -1. So now when we open the doors, they should go separate ways, because we were having it go in a positive x direction to a positive 5, and we needed to go to a -5. So by adding that -1 right here, it multiplies to go that way. Just to prove that point, if we went -2, it would go all the way to -10, and it would go double the distance too far. But that's beside the point. So that's how we controlled that up. I did the same thing for the lock spin. Just selected that, and when I had it multiply in, because when I added the attribute for the lock spin, we'll just do it for 1, and we come over here to the connection editor, select our controller, reload left, we'll select one of these things that spins, and we'll reload the right. I had it, oh, we need to also add an attribute in here, don't we? Our minimum value is going to be 0, and our max value is going to be 360 because we want it to go all the way around and end where it started. So we add that in and reload this so it gets the rotate on there. When we select this, we can go to our rotate, and we're going to rotate around Z. So we'll rotate, and then we'll link it to the rotate Z. If I just go to this, it's going to rotate properly, but I have to go all the way to 360 just to go around once, and then it doesn't go up anymore, which wasn't exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to spin a few times, so I added in this lock spin that will reload the right. We'll have the rotate go into the input 1, and note that I made it ×5. Then we'll reload this on the left. We'll select our rotate thing and reload that on the right. We'll go output, which is now outputting ×5, and we'll rotate on the Z. So now when we select this and we rotate, it'll spin up to 5 times all the way around, all the way up to 360, and it'll end up back where it was. So that is a quick tutorial on that. The lock mechanism on the inside is the exact same thing. You just rotate it down instead of you just do the same thing. You find out how much you need to rotate. but I just wanted to show you the open doors mainly, and emphasize what the multiply divide attribute does in the hypershade. Alright, have a good day.